This is Robert Kraft, and I'm your host on SNN.Network, and we are a proud media sponsor for the upcoming Precious Metals Summit Beaver Creek, being held virtually this year. Joining me right now is Segun Lawson. He is the president and CEO of Thor Explorations. It's a publicly traded company. The symbol is THX on the TSX Venture. Segun, thank you for joining me today. How are you doing?
I'm good. Thank you, Rob. Thank you for having me. It's a real pleasure.
It's a pleasure to have you. So let's start with a very quick overview and history of the company, and then we'll go from there.
Okay, yeah. So an overview of the company. Thor is a West African-focused gold exploration and development company. We had our first project was in Senegal, a very early stage grassroots gold project where we had some early success drilling and discovery there, and we were advancing that. And then we expanded our portfolio into Burkina Faso, where we currently now have a joint venture at Barrick. And in August 2016, we completed what was a transformational acquisition for us. We acquired the Segilola Gold Project in Nigeria. And that just was completely transformational for us because it turned us from an early exploring company to a company with a tangible asset and a company with a project to go into development. So we've been developing that over the last 4 years. And right now we're in construction and we're on track to pour first gold in April next year.
All right. So what would you say makes the company unique and different compared to your peers, aside from the fact that, you know, you guys are the only mining company I know where Thor is your favorite Avenger? So can you answer that?
Yeah, I mean, we're definitely unique because we are building the first ever large-scale commercial gold mine in Nigeria. It's a country known for the oil and gas sector. It's a country known to have, it has the largest economy in Africa and a very advanced, oil and gas and banking sector, but it has a mining sector that still is in its infancy, really because of the success of the oil and gas sector. So that has meant the country itself as a jurisdiction is completely underexplored. It doesn't mean the minerals aren't there. It just means it's been underexplored, and we believe we have a first mover advantage. We've been in there for 4 years. We've picked up some very good ground, and we're very excited by what we see. And we're building the first ever mine. We're going to pour Nigeria's first gold, essentially, in under 7 months.
So I have to ask, and this, I think this might be a geopolitical question, but how come it's taken so long until now for a company to go in there and start exploring for gold in a place like Nigeria?
Yes, I mean, to be honest, Nigeria has been a champion in mining historically. It was, even the projects we have has been mined as far back as the 1900s. Nigeria, prior to oil and gas, was the largest exporter of tin. There's a lot of base metals and coal around the country. There's a lot of gold in the western axis of the country. But, I probably don't have to go into too much detail, but the oil and gas sector has been so prolific. The Niger Delta, it's a region of the country where gas has been flared rather than processed. That's how abundant hydrocarbons have been in Nigeria. And unfortunately, when you compare that with mining, where that has a long gestation period, a high capital intensity, to go from exploration through discovery, through construction into a producing mine, and you compare that to how quickly the turnaround has been in the oil sector and the magnitude of the oil and gas sector, you can see why it's been neglected. So, there are a couple of small junior companies in the country. I'm Nigerian, so obviously I have a very strong allegiance to go in there and try and make this work. I'm a geologist as well by background, and I happen to be, I'm the CEO, started this company, so CEO of a company with a focus on West Africa. So I always knew about this project in Nigeria. And once I found out there was a possibility to acquire it, I didn't look back.
That actually leads perfectly into my next question, and that's your background. So please tell us a little bit about it before founding Thor Explorations.
Yeah, I'm a geologist by training. I didn't practice professionally as a geologist. I studied geology in London as an undergrad, and then I've just worked in finance, really, and corporate finance in London, in the city of London. Financing small oil and gas companies and small mining companies, very similar to Thor at the time. And then I did an MBA right at the height of the financial crisis in 2008, 2009. And when I came out of it, it was really more a question of I wanted to actually start a mining consulting firm in Nigeria to try and advance early stage projects. But so as it happens, it took the same amount of energy and effort to essentially pick up my own licenses and start my own company as to do it to consult for other people. So that's the direction I ended up going. And that was, that was like 10 and a half years ago. And so it's been a long path up with some big highs and some pretty low lows as well.
I mean, that's all we can ask is to learn from those experiences and try not to do that again, right?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I would never have guessed the journey, the last 10 years has taken me on. But, it's been really, really insightful. I've experienced some great things and got to, see a lot of West Africa. And, we've got to a stage where we have a project that's fully funded and we're in construction now.
Well, it sounds like everything that you experienced, it's taken you to where you want to be today at the end of the day.
Yes. Yeah. I can agree with that.
There we go. All right. So then from what you can tell us, what would you say are some of the company's value catalysts now for the rest of this year going into 2021? I
mean, the company is in, if you look at a value curve for a mining company, you can see, I believe, we're at a cusp where we're literally about to really transform in terms of value addition. We've spent the last 4 years developing a project, taking it through preliminary feasibility at first, and then through a bankable feasibility stage. We managed to pull together the financing for the project. In April this year, we reached financial close of about $104.5 million. And we went into construction because we had signed our EPC project. Subsequent to that, in July, we closed a private placement of about $10 million US. And that really enabled us to have additional capital for exploring around the project. The project itself is extremely economically robust. We did our feasibility study at $1,300 gold, and it really stacked up. It's going to be producing an average of between 80 and 100,000 ounces per year, has an all-in sustaining cost of $662 per ounce for the life of the mine. Today's gold price is close to 2,000. And, it's a very high-grade project, grades of 4.2 grams per ton. And despite that, we still believe the project is underexplored. We haven't closed out the resource at depth. We have a number of satellite targets around us, which we're currently drilling now. So the real value catalysts are over the next 6 months. We're looking to drill out some satellite deposits. Any additional ounces are hugely, materially valuable for us because we already have the capital cost sunk, and everything else is cash flow. And also transitioning from construction into production, where we're actually going into real cash flow. At today's gold price, we'll be generating, in the first year, north of $100 million in free cash flow, which is, about the same as our market cap. So we do see a real value addition coming over the next 6 to 12 months.
And with that, where can my audience go and find everything they need to know about Thor Explorations?
Go to our website, www.thorexpl.com. We have, we have an updated presentation there. We have a lot of information on our project. And we also keep a tab called Notes from the Field, where we try and put, 2-3 times a week, we put updated pictures on our progress on the construction as well.
Perfect. All right. Well, Segun, we're there. Thank you so much for joining me today. I really do appreciate it. Good luck. Stay safe. And I look forward to our next update.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Nice to speak to you, Robert.
Nice to meet you. Again, my name is Robert Kraft. I'm your host on SNN.Network, and we are a proud media sponsor for the upcoming Precious Metal Summit Beaver Creek, being held virtually this year. Segun will be there doing a presentation on Thor Explorations. Thank you all for watching today.